I dedicate this song to my baby girl. And for those still going through that pain, keep your head up. Don't you ever lose faith.
Say you make the day go. Beautiful sunshine, sometimes I wonder why love is so strange, but you make it easy. I'll be there when you need me. Red times, blue times, new times, with new vibes, giving all my love to my rainbow, baby.
You're everything I never knew I needed. You exceeded every dream that I had of you. I just wanna be the best dad to you. And if you're anything like your mother, you gon' have a lot of attitude. But that's partly why I love her, cause she tell her how it is. In the city where we live, they gon' judge you by your skin, cause your dad white and your mom black. But don't you ever let a kid in a Bass Pro hat make you feel like you ain't shit. And then back you with the good hair, makes you feel like yours isn't. You had my permission to call her a bitch. You're supposed to be the youngest of two. My little rainbow baby, through the rain came you. That's why you're so special. And ever since I met you, I've been in love, my little angel. You came and made the pain go. And now the day goes by, I'm not counting at a time until we hang out.
Say you make the day go. Beautiful sunshine, sometimes I wonder why love is so strange, but you make it easy. I'll be there when you need me. Red times, blue times, new times, with new vibes, giving all my love to my rainbow, baby.
It's hard not to think about you every minute. At work pulling pictures out, steady grinning, so proud. I hope that I never let you down. You're a queen, but don't you feel like you ever need a crown? I never let nobody in this family make you feel like you lesser. Still trying to peel myself off the ground from the pressure. You're the reason why I wake up and go to work on the days I feel like giving up. I remember how your mom felt and all the tears that kept her eyes filled. I was sad too when we thought we could never have you. You're the hope for those still praying to the light from the rainbow. It's okay for you to cry, just know I'll be right by your side with a stupid dad joke, just to make you smile. Won't whoever break your heart, just know that you always had mine from the start.
Say you make the day go. Beautiful sunshine, sometimes I wonder why love is so strange, but you make it easy. I'll be there when you need me. Red times, blue times, new times, with new vibes, giving all my love to my rainbow, baby.
Check. There we go. You can hear me now. You can see me. What's going on, everyone? Welcome to the Philly Gridiron. This is our first episode for GridTalk. Yeah, man, it's so hot. Anyways, welcome in, guys. This is my first live. I want to make sure that I've been trying to go live now for. Oh, you can't even see it. This is what we're trying to do. Here we go. Hold up. Wait a minute. You can double see me. There we go. Yeah, so I've been trying to go live all week, but man, it's so damn hot. It's like it's hot right now, and like having the computer on in my apartment is just it's wild. But I said screw it. Like, we got to do it. Today is Monday, first of the week. We got to get the Grid Talk out. I've been seeing some things fly around. I just want to get it out. I want to start talking about it. I want to welcome you guys all in, and just really start honing in and talking about the birds, man, because I just think this season is going to be one of the seasons that you got to talk about. You got to be, look, you can even see I'm glistening from the sweat, man. But there's a ton of news coming out. Training camp has been going on for a week and a half now, so I'm late to the game, but I want to get this stuff out. So anyways, welcome to the Philly Gridiron. This is EP1 of the Grid Talk, and we're gonna get into some things. First off, we're gonna get into the bit of a practice that went on today. We're gonna go over the little bit of injuries here. So we got Jeff McClain reporting saying couple of will not practices. Danny Gray, Andrew Makuba, Small Munden, and Devontae Smith. The back tightness, all these things they just said, they're not really big injuries. Now, mind you, Makuba and Danny Gray did run into each other on Saturday, so they're kind of weary on these things here. We're good. I'm happy to see Jahad Campbell in on practice. Same with Jalen Carter, Kenyon Green, Cam Jurgens. Like having these boys back in and gelling and moving well. It's only gonna do well for us, right? Um, yeah, like this is just it's good. It's good time to make sure that all these players are getting healthy, man. The injury bug is just flying right now. We're see teams like the Jets with Justin Fields. We're seeing some players that are Dallas are getting injured. So it's a good time to just like make sure everything's are easy and get things moving and grooving. We're gonna get into Elliott Shore Parks, going over the stats for the day. A training camp. Now we heard from Cam that he really doesn't really prefer. He does not prefer the stats. Now, mind you, I get it. I understand. You don't as a player. It's practice, right? You're not trying to track what you're doing. You're just trying to get in the groove of things and just kind of get in the motion. You know what I mean? You got to knock off the dust. The boys are just playing in February. They've had a wild couple months off, celebrating, having a good time, and just kind of getting in it. Other than Jalen, I know like Hurts has been focused because damn well that he's not just out there running around doing nothing. He's out there hanging with the greats. He's hanging with the greats, man. He's hanging with MJ. He's hanging with. He's getting some advice from Tom Brady. Like that's just his mentality is just bar none. And we're gonna get into a bunch of that over the course of the week. We're hearing all these top 10 lists and Jalen being left off the top 10 list, which is just wild to me. I'm gonna break it down on one of my notepads of who I have in my top 10. And why I have them there. Well, we're gonna get all into that. So day 4, another day won by the defense, obviously, and I really want to. This is where I want to stress. I really want the crowd and people watching that the defense is going to win a lot of training camp days. You need to understand is that, mind you, that they've lost a lot of pieces on defense. With like Milton and Brandon Graham and Slay and CJ, but also understand that it's Vic, and Vic's getting all the boys, all of them ready and gelled, and like this is it's the same playbook, just installing new players. Where on the offense side of the ball, it's a new playbook and trying to get the offense into that playbook with Kevin Patullo coaching now. And, that being another one in everyone's ear, another year, another new coach. I mean, what did Howie say? Howie said that they wanted to be a QB factory, but for me, it sounds like they're just a coach factory because everyone comes in and then the year after they're getting paid somewhere else. But anyways. But they said, this was Hurts' probably roughest day. He threw an interception to Q. I guess he underthrew a ball to Jalen Hurt or to AJ Brown. And like I said, these are all like rust and communication and like little setbacks that they're good to have in camp. From what we're hearing, like Jalen is being crazy vocal this time around. Like they're on an absolute mission. AJ has goals. Smitty has goals. Jalen knows where he wants to get to, man. And we're going to get into some nitty-gritty, which I think is kind of funny with the league right now. But he threw his first interception. It looks like it was thrown shortly. Now, we said last year he was at 305 before he threw an interception. And now it's only 63 throws. Again, we want to make sure that it's a whole new offense. And it's Kevin Patullo's first time actually calling plays and trying to get everything in sync. They're not going to do too much running plays. A lot of red zone, a lot of like 20-yard plays, but nothing like you're not going to be using the meat and potatoes of their skill set, which is running the ball. You really don't want to be running and pounding the rock with Saquon and the other running backs because you don't want them to get injured too soon, or you don't want to risk injury. Then we go. Then he says here that Moro Ojomo is on another sack. I'm telling you guys that the defense is going to have a freaking day. this year is going to be all about the defense, even more so than last year. I want everyone to understand from last year, that defense was really pounding it in playoffs. So you take the playoffs and then you skip a few months and then you have that defense coming in. Like Cooper DeJean is just such a multifaceted player. Then you have Quignon, who's just becoming this like crazy lockdown corner. Obviously we'll talk about Adoree Jackson on the other side, and Keely Ringo. But like, I'm telling you, this defense is gonna be mean. Like, yes, it's gonna be mean, but okay. Anyways, let's talk on the defensive line. We got Moro Ojomo, who's going to be, he's gonna have a breakout year. Like the reins have been handed down. Moro has been kind of like limited role each year. So, first it was Hargrave. Then it goes to Milt. Then from Milt, now it's Moro Ojomo and Jalen Carter. Like, the reins are handed off. The boy's going to have a big workload. Jordan Davis is, I think that I was hearing 292 or 292 is what he came in at, but he got back up to 330. So, like, he's losing some freaking weight, man. He looks slim. He looks trim. He's looking friggin' like actually solid. I'm like, these boys are gonna have a crazy freaking year this year. I have big sights for these guys. But again, Moro got in on another pressure. Like, he's creating some havoc. Obviously, Jalen Carter got into practice today. I think there was just a limited practice for himself, so he didn't get into any kind of craziness. We have the defense is just, like they said, they're just covering well. Now, mind just said he's had 16 for 20, interception on cue. I'm actually happy that we got the interception out of the way. I know last year we're always like, oh man, he hasn't thrown an interception yet. But yeah, they've had a good day, which is great. But I want to get into the next big guy. Man, oh man, this is our guy.
How does it feel being chosen to be in the top 100 by your peers?
He's in the top 100? Let's go.
The 40th player selected in the 2024 NFL Draft is now the 60th ranked player in the NFL Top 100.
And the Coop chance rained down here in Philadelphia. Well, he's a freak athlete.
Just thinking about where I've come from, small town in Iowa, to the NFL is pretty cool.
Rookie DeJean has impressed everyone around the league after a terrific career at Iowa.
The most impressive thing about Coop is just the way he goes to work, the way he preps his body for practice. You go into the weight room and he's in there first. Came in, and when things got rolling, never looked back.
Daniels lost his shoe.
DeJean got him on the ground.
Man, you gotta love
Super instinctive
the fact
player.
that Coop is in the top 100 rookie. This is a thing that I'm so stoked for. Coop's is like, what I see is that he's gonna be like not as the player as Aaron Donald, but he's always gonna be on this goddamn list, man. Coop is so freaking good. Like, I knew last year that Coop was gonna be a freaking legend in the making when he pancaked Derrick Henry. And in that game, you see him lift that big boy, pancake him down. You knew out the gate that 2024 was going to be a season. I'm so stoked that Coop's on the top 100. It's number 60, and I'm so freaking happy for him, man. This guy's going to be there. Like, there's the hit right there. That is the hit that I was like, this is not only, it's going to be a special season. We can get Swoop out of here. Swoop, go away. Go away, Swoop, man. I'm just so excited for this. Him in his second year, and Vic has big plans of where they want to put him to. I think that's just going to be that's just gonna be a crazy. It's gonna be a crazy year to watch these guys gel out again. I'm happy to see. I can't wait. It's already, we got 2 Eagles now in the top 100. We got Jordan Mailata at 69, and we got Coop at 60. So I'm excited to see. I'm expecting to probably, like, we're obviously going to see Hurts. We're going to see Smitty. We're going to see what Smitty was 99 last year, I think. So I think Smitty is going to be in probably like the top 40. AJ is going to be in the top 40. Hurts is going to be in the top 40. I think Hurts might make it to, I think Hurts was in the top 10 last year, right? Because he was 3 in 22, and then I can't remember where he was at in 23. I think he might have been between 10 and 15, somewhere around 10 and 16, somewhere around there. I can't remember what he was last year, but I'm excited to see how many Eagles we got in the top 10, or the top 100 for sure. What do we got? Okay, this is another tweet from Jeff that I've seen that from practice today. Cam basically saying, like, listen, it's Vic's playbook. Defense is obviously going to play better than the offense, where it's Kevin Patullo trying to cover. Kevin's trying to implement new schemes, new lingo, new routes, all that kind of stuff, right? So the offense is going to take a minute to get used to that and understand that, we have camp, we have the preseasons, or like the joint practices, and then we have the preseason. And understand too that Philly uses, honestly, the first 4 games of the season, Philly honestly uses that as their preseason. They're always changing a bunch of fits. They're seeing what's needed in the first 4 games. Like the first 4 games, from what I feel, I just don't think that they really care about the first 4 games, because it's more of like testing the waters, and that's kind of what they use it for. What do you got next? Now I want to talk about Hurts, man. This is something I want to address. Why people are so jealous. You heard it. They're freaking jealous. They're jealous of Hurts. Why are they jealous of Hurts? Because Hurts is everywhere. Hurts is everywhere. Hurts is the guy that they didn't see coming. They predicted wrong, and instead of them just owning up and saying that they were wrong, they're out here and they're just doubling down. But you know what I don't see? I'm not this is my new Twitter. I was like, why am I not following Shefty? But the reason why people are so jealous is because they didn't see Hurts coming. And Hurts is everywhere. Show me commercials, show me endorsements, show me ads, show me anything that has Josh Allen, that has Lamar Jackson, Joe Burrow, Justin Herbert, Baker Mayfield, Jaden Daniels. Like, the list goes on of show me where I can watch TV and all these ads are coming up, or all these endorsements are coming up, or all these things are coming up for their quarterback. They're not seeing it. But you know what fans are seeing? Fans are seeing Mahomes, and fans are seeing Hurts. They're seeing Breed of One, all in the Jordan brand. They're seeing Sprite Fresh. Like, they're seeing Jalen being the ambassador for women's flag football. Like, they're so mad that this guy is getting so much light that they keep trying to knock him down. And that's what makes people the most mad, is that when they start seeing this kind of thing, like, they're like, why is he getting this? And why is he getting that? And blah, 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 blah. And, like, people start getting all crazy and talking all fresh. And it's like, why are you getting all jealous that, our boys out here doing big things?
Hey, Jalen. Thurston A. Sip here. What's harder, picking plays or picking outfits? More ice in your veins or ice in your chains?
Next question.
If you gotta be twice as good, can you throw twice as far? Do you regret ordering the Branzino?
Who is this?
Jay Hurts. How many of these little hats do you own? Do you benefit from pretty privilege? Jalen, hey! Wait, you've always got a Sprite. Is that the key to your success?
Nah, but it tastes good. If you want to let your game do the talking, say less. If you want a refreshing drink, Sprite. Obey your...
Hey, Jalen. Thurston A. Sip here.
So that's That's a freaking cool commercial, man. I'm so down for it. And the thing is, if you guys hear, these are all jabs at Hurts from 23. Everything was like the pretty privilege, the arm strength, the making fun of his fits and stuff. Jalen hears the noise. He just don't give a bleep about nothing. All he cares about is just winning. That's all he wants to do is just winning. He doesn't care what it looks like, how it looks like. He's going to go down as the most winning quarterback of life. I want people to understand is that, like, when we make these top 10s and these rankings of where Hurts is, they're looking at stats and they're taking out everything. They're not even like, we can get this out of the way. Let's get back. Swoop, what's up, Swoop? They're taking out like the whole context that is Hurts, that makes Hurts good. They're taking out the fact that Hurts hasn't had the same play caller in his ear for 2 years straight. Every year since high school, he's had a different play caller. That takes so much football IQ and knowledge and mental fortitude. Like, you need to be a steel trap when it comes to these things, because you have so many different play calls. You're having so many different people in your ear. You're having so many different schemes, so many different lingos, so many different shortcuts, and to make these plays and calls, like, to be doing that over and over and over every year. They call Jalen a system quarterback, but he is the system. I find it funny that coaches come into Philly and get paid when they leave. Come on. Like, we see coaches like Steichen, paid, gone. Kellen Moore, paid, gone. You got players coming in and playing with Philly, leaving, getting paid. Like, it's so crazy to me that these players and coaches come into Philly and all of a sudden have the best year of their life. And then they leave and they get paid, and then they don't replicate the same success that they had in Philly. You can say it's a team, you can say it's players, but at the end of the day, Jalen has his hands on the ball 100% of the time. It starts with Jalen. And it's just it just blows my mind away that Jalen has been in the league for 5 years. He's a full-time starter for 4 years. This is his 5th year now. 5th year? No, this is his 5th year, 2025. And never missed the playoffs. Not a lot of quarterbacks to say that. Been to 2 NFC Championship games. Been to 2 NFC Championship games and won those games. He's 2-0 when you get into the championship game. Getting to 2 Super Bowls, 1-1, losing 1. We're not gonna sit here and make excuses. A holding call is a holding call, and but we've seen what would happen. They said, we'll show you the next time. And they met on the field, and let me tell you, that was an ass kicking to be remembered. It blows my mind away that they keep talking fresh about Hurts. And I know it makes them mad. I know it makes them mad about it. And, we don't care. Jalen's going to do what Jalen's going to do to make it win. He doesn't care about stats, doesn't care what it looks like. He just wants to win. I also want to bring up the point that, we had people like Cam Newton shitting on Hurts for his 2,900 yards this year. And something that was brought to my attention from Lord Brunson, and shout out to Lord Brunson, that out of all 9 teams that had gotten a 2,000-yard rusher, Jalen and the Eagles are 3rd overall out of all 9 teams. If you're gonna have a 2,000K rusher, your throwing sets are gonna suffer. Why would you? We spent all last year yelling at the screen, run the ball, run the ball. Why aren't you running the ball? Stop airing it, run the ball. You have a runner, run the ball, run the ball. And they weren't running the ball. Now this year, run the ball, run the ball. They ran the ball, And they're like, no, we need more throwing stats. We need more TD, blah, 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 blah. And it's like, no, Jalen don't care. He wants the win, and the win is all that matters. And I respect that to the fullest. And y'all are going to be sick. Y'all are going to be sick if he runs this shit back. Let me tell you. Because the internet is going to explode. Because Jalen wasn't supposed to be the guy. But you know what? He is that guy. Breed of one. Breed of one. Now, we got up one last little clip here of this Danny dude, man. We're going to hear him out. And I'll react to it. But let me tell you, this thing makes me so mad sometimes when it comes to this guy. His takes are horrible. Look at his look at his face, man. Why we listen to people like this? Why we listen to people like this? Anyways, let's listen to it. We'll react to it after.
For the sake of the exercise, top 10 quarterbacks in the NFL heading into the 2025 NFL season. Jalen Hurts. I said it and I mean it. People say, you got to give him more credit for winning the Super Bowl. I am. He was outside of my top 10 last year. Like, spoiler alert. He's ahead of Dak Prescott. He wasn't this time last season. Jalen Hurts, great leader, clutch, perfect for that team and that system, but not asked to do nearly as much for his team's success as the guys 9 through 1 on my list. The Bake Show. Baker Mayfield is the poster child for patience. We'll see what Bryce Young ends up being in Carolina, but Baker Mayfield, man, they haven't figured it out in Carolina. They haven't figured it out in Cleveland. This guy, the last 2 seasons, comfortably inside the top 10. He's first in passing touchdowns, second in passing yards, fourth in passer rating, and 6th in yards per attempt. Baker Mayfield, all the respect. Jared Goff, like Jalen Hurts, has a ton around him, no doubt about it. But doing it with 2 different franchises, with the Rams to a Super Bowl and now the Lions as perennial contenders year in and year out, matters. And last year, I mean, career highs in points per game, 33, completion percentage, passing touchdowns, passer rating, yards per attempt. And oh yeah, by the way, wins. Jared Goff's a stud, and he's playing up to the billing of being the #1 overall pick. It's the best rookie season I've ever seen. Jaden Daniels is the guy on this list who at the end, that top 4 is just so ironclad. It's like Mount Rushmore. Hey, you know, we should do that as a sports radio hook. Mount Rushmore. Has anyone ever thought of that? But if there was a guy outside of the top 4 who could jump in, if Jaden Daniels builds on a rookie season with the 3rd down efficiency, the 4th down efficiency, the winning, the 1-score victories, if he takes that Lamar Jackson, Patrick Mahomes type of leap, he's in the MVP conversation. He's in the top 4 conversation. Matt Stafford's been that dude for well over a decade. As soon as he leaves Detroit, he goes to the Rams. He gets better coaching. He gets a little better talent around him. He gets a better system, and he gets a ring. In the playoffs, he's been a stud. With McVay, he's been a stud. And this one is still a bit of the eye test. We'll see what the offensive line is for the Rams this year. Left tackle's already hurt. They've got some questions kind of across the board with Humphreys there. But at his age, he needs good protection. But if he gets good protection, there's really no one in the world that's better at throwing the football. Except for maybe my guy, Justin Herbert, who I think is very Matt Stafford-esque.
I gotta stop things right there. I gotta stop it. We know what the top 4 is gonna be like. Here, I'll show you what. Oh my God, it makes me so mad. It makes me so mad. You gotta have Jalen at 10, okay? We're gonna have Baker at 9. Goff. I don't have too many concerns with Goff being at 8. I think that's where I have him in mind. I have him 8 or 7. I have Stafford in the top 10. I don't have Herbert. Why is it that everyone has Herbert in their top 10? For what reason is Herbert in their top 10? He's done nothing. He's done nothing. I don't care what you do in the regular season. What have you done for me lately? What have you done for me lately? These guys aren't doing nothing. They're getting praised up the wazoo. Baker Mayfield is a journeyman. He's a journeyman. Drafted to Cleveland. Go to Carolina. Get to the Rams. Come to the Bucks. Like, what are we doing here? What are we doing? He's a journeyman quarterback. Is he doing well in Tampa Bay? Yes. Do I know why he's doing well in Tampa Bay? Because he has good weapons, he has a good O-line, and they have a pretty good defense. That's why Baker's doing good. But is he better than Hurts? No. No, he's not. Baker is out of my top 10. And speaking of top 10s, we can go right to my top 10. Now, I don't know if this is easy for you guys to see or not, but we're going to get into it. So my top 10s, I have Patrick Mahomes. Now, a lot of you guys are going to hate my 2 because I got Hurts there. But I have a reasoning of why I have Hurts there. Josh Allen, Lamar Jackson, Joe Burrow, Matthew Stafford, Jared Goff. Okay, so I had him at 7. CJ Stroud, Brock Purdy, and then 10 is what I like to call my fluid spot. It's my fluid spot. Anyone can kind of go in there depending on how they're doing with their regular season. So Patrick Mahomes, I mean, that goes without saying. Patrick Mahomes has been in the league for however long and it's been to the AFC Championship every year. Hello, it goes without saying he is number 1. Anyone that has Allen at 1 or Jackson at 1 is just not smart. The reason why I have Jalen Hurts at 2, the body work, okay? Jalen Hurts, he's never missed the playoffs since becoming the starter. He's had, 6 different play callers. He's had to deal with whole different schemes. In 4 years, he's been to 2 NFC Championship games. He's been to 2 Super Bowls. He's won 1 Super Bowl. He's won both both NFC Championship games. Outside of that, he's also been an MVP runner-up, second runner-up. He would have had MVP in 22 if he didn't get hurt those last couple games. If he had stayed healthy in those last couple games, without question, he was going to have that MVP that Cam Newton likes to hold over everyone, that his fucking personal individual status. I don't care. Like, I just don't care. Jalen Hurts, all the accolades and all the things that he's done just makes sense to have him at 2. He's beaten Burrow, he's beaten Allen, he's beaten Jackson. He's 14-1 against the AFC. The AFC is supposed to be the gauntlet. It's supposed to be the better conference, and Jalen is 14-1. Let me say that for the back of the crowd. Jalen is 14-1 against the AFC gauntlet. Make it make sense. And you guys want to, and like, not say you guys, but people want to have him outside of the top 10 or outside of the top 5 is crazy. And I'm telling you, Jalen's going to show you guys something this year, and you all are not ready for it. Josh Allen, all right, so this is where I got, the engine is good, but the body needs work. What do I mean by that? He's on a great team. He has good players. He usually has some kind of good back. The engine is good. Like, the core is good. His body of work, it needs work, man. You can't beat Mahomes. You can't beat Lamar. Like certain things. Like, now, say, mind you, they did just beat Lamar last year. But I mean, like, those big games where they're just not making it. I mean, like, that's, the engine is good, but the body needs work. Lamar Jackson got in top 4. I mean, it goes without saying. I mean, he's going to be in the top 4. He's a great athlete, great football player. He's just, he's really well talented. The reason why I have Hurts over Lamar is over mental. The thing is that Jalen will always make the play to win. He knows what he needs to do to win. We've heard it from right out of Lamar's mouth last year. Oh, man, I should have ran there. Oh, man, I should have thrown to this person. Or I should have did this. Or I seen this dig route. Or blah, 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 blah. And, like, he talks about seeing it but not doing it. And then you got other players being like, yeah, like, telling them you should have ran there instead of throwing it. Jalen doesn't have that problem. Jalen has a problem of, you know what, I'm not going to throw it because I'd rather take a sack than put it in harm's way. The offense can dig out of a 2nd and 17. That's how good they are. They can dig out of that deficit, whereas you can't dig out of an interception. You're trying to keep the defense off the field, right? Joe Burrow. Now, outside of missing the playoffs the last 2 years, Burrow's been to a chip. So, like, that has to stand for something. I think that having a chip has to mean something. Because before Hurts won the chip, it was, he doesn't have a ring. He hasn't won the big game yet. He hasn't done this. He hasn't done that. And then all of a sudden, Hurts gets it, and it's like, oh, yeah, well, that doesn't make him a top 5 quarterback. I mean, just because he has a ring doesn't make him a top 5 quarterback. Blah, 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 blah. Doesn't make him, da, da, da. It has to count for something. I have Burrow at my 5 spot because he's been a trip. He's great talent. I mean, he had over 5,000 passing yards. Jamar Chase's Triple Crown last year. I mean, with the skills alone, Joe Burrow is top 5. And that's where I have him. Matthew Stafford, he has a chip. But the reason why I have him at 6 is because he is aging out. They're always talking about, he needs an O-line to make sure that he's protected because he can't scramble. He's old. He's aging out. But you know what? He's still lethal. If things are going right, Stafford is still lethal. They almost took us out last year in the divisional game? So it's like, you got to give Stafford some respect. That's why he's in my top 10. That's why he's at 6. Jared Goff, I think he's in the middle of the pack. I find that this guy, he always dimmers when the lights get too bright. When the moment's too big, when the field's too cold, Goff stutters and loses. Now, mind you, last year they had, 18 players on IR. I get it. But, you got to say it like this. You're a QB. If your defense can't maintain, you as an offense have to put that motor on. So get that motor on. CJ Stroud, I got an 8. I think CJ Stroud at 8 is very fair. He had an incredible rookie season, just like Jaden Daniels. I didn't want to put him too high. The reason why I have him in my top 10 is because, yes, last year he had a sophomore slump, but we also need to put some context into why. CJ Stroud, all 3 of his receivers were down between Tank Dell, Nico Collins, and who else was Stephon Diggs. They all went down. They all went injured. So who was he throwing to? He was throwing to nobody, and still end up getting still having playoff potential, and that's why I have him at 8. Brock Purdy at 9. I mean, guys, he's the last pick in the draft, and he's been to 2 NFC Championship games, and he's been to a Super Bowl. Yes, did he lose? Yes. But you know what? He's had a good enough body of work to be in a top 10 because he has a great team. He makes good decisions. He has good playability. And like I said, he has the playoff wins and gains behind him in order to be in the top 10. My fluid spot is at 10. That's Prescott, Herbert, and Love. Again, this is your regular season slinger. This is where, they're like regular season kings. They're doing great, but all of a sudden playoffs come around, and they forget how to fucking play football. They don't know how to play. They don't know what happened. They got deer in the headlights. They're throwing interceptions. They're throwing it. They're fumbling. It just seems that they just can't get their shit together. That's why 10 is my fluid spot, because anyone can fly in and out of 10 depending on how they're playing throughout the regular season, and that's why I got them there. My honorable mentions are Daniels, Baker, and Geno. Daniels, it's the reason why I have Daniels here and not in the top 10. It's a rookie season. There is no tape. There's nothing on him other than last year. Teams have not had enough time to read and adjust of what he's going to do, how he plays and where he plays and what he does. What is his escape route? We know that with Patrick Mahomes, that when he's in trouble, he's probably going to go to Kelsey. At some point in the game, if he's in trouble, he's going to Kelsey. Swoop, get out of here, Swoop. We know the escape route. So what is Jaden Daniels going to do? We don't know, because we only have 1 year of tape. So that is it's just too soon to cast judgment on Jaden Daniels. We have to see it. They said it about Hurts. They said it about anyone else coming in. Show me again. Show me again. Show me that season that you had when no one had any tape in you. They said that to people in 22 with Hurts when he just came out friggin' slinging, and no one had any answer for him. That's the same thing with Jaden. We have to see how it goes. Geno Smith is a great storyline. I really like Geno. I liked him on Seattle. I think I'm really gonna enjoy him on Las Vegas. I think that's one of my 3 teams that I think is gonna have a breakout year. That's Vegas, Denver, and New England. I think are the 3 teams that are gonna have a pretty good friggin' season. But also with Geno is Pete Carroll. Pete Carroll is an incredible coach. He's such a good schemer, and this is what's gonna. I think it's gonna lift him out of there. They got Ashton Gentry, like he's got a good O-line. I mean, Josh Jacobs was doing friggin' some work back there. I'm really excited to see what Ashton Gentry's gonna do with Pete Carroll's schemes and Geno at the helm. I got him there. Baker Mayfield. I said this already to you guys. Baker is a journeyman quarterback. He's been to Cleveland, Carolina, Rams, and now the Bucs. Baker should be the perfect example of a shit court. Like, we know that he can't do it by himself. You know what I mean? And all of a sudden, now he's good. Why is he good? Because he's throwing to players like Chris Godwin. He's throwing to players like Mike Evans. He has a good running back. He has a good O-line. He has a good defense. So it's like what do we think? What are we doing here? He's been to the playoffs, yes, but he's lost. As soon as you get out of the wild card, bye. See ya. Again, like, Baker isn't just like this godsend. He's not in the top. He's not in my top 10. He's just not. He's a journeyman. He's a journeyman. We got to see it again. We'll see what they do this year, and we got to play him again week 4 in Tampa. So look at me. I'm just sweating me balls off. But yeah, that's me, guys. Thanks for coming in to the Philly Gridiron and the GridTalk EP1. Can't wait to see you next time. Make sure to, if you like, comment, and subscribe. Definitely follow me on Instagram. That's the Philly Gridiron, and also TikTok as well. Hit me up on all those platforms. For those who are wondering, the song that was at the beginning, I'm going to start doing this for every one of my shows, is that I really want to showcase artists that I'm listening to, and that I want to promote, that I don't see their music out too often. So without further ado, the person that was in our intro was Baseline, one of the artists coming out of Nova Scotia, Halifax, Canada. The song title is Rainbow Baby. Yeah, just a great song, great tune, and we're gonna get right into it. And we'll see you again, guys. Appreciate it, and have a good one.
Baby girl, and for those still going through that pain, keep your head up, don't you ever lose faith.
Say you make the day go. Beautiful sunshine, sometimes I wonder why love is so strange, but you make it easy. I'll be there when you need me. Red times, blue times, new times, with new vibes, giving all my love to my rainbow, baby.
You're everything I never knew I needed. You exceeded every dream that I had of you. I just wanna be the best dad to you. And if you're anything like your mother, you gon' have a lot of attitude. But that's probably why I love her, cause she tell her how it is. In the city where we live, they gon' judge you by your skin, cause your dad white and your mom black. But don't you ever let a kid in a Bass Pro hat make you feel like you ain't shit, and then back you with the good hair makes you feel like yours isn't. You had my permission to call her a bitch. You're supposed to be the youngest of two. My little rainbow baby, through the rain came you. That's why you're so special. And ever since I met you, I've been in love, my little angel. You came and made the pain go. And now the day goes by, I'm not counting at a time until we hang out.
Say you make the day go. Beautiful sunshine, sometimes I wonder why love is so strange, but you make it easy. I'll be there when you need me. Red times, blue times, new times with new vibes.